Hello folks, welcome to Garblag Games. My name is Millie the Gem. I'm joined by a bunch of wonderful folks. And we're going to play some Coriolis. You might notice. Hello James. Hello Martin. Hello Graham.
Hello.
Hello
Hello,
Ben.
Pete.
No Pete this evening. Poorly folks getting better after jabs means small humans need to be taken care of because they are small and not yet fully sized humans.
My small human, someone in her class has got the plague, so she's having to stay at home.
Oh,
Which is frustrating. 10 days more in isolation for her.
oh.
One of our children loves that, and the other one hates it when it happens.
Yeah, mine too.
No, she's the frustrating thing is she's gonna have to come stay with me while I'm at work, so she's just gonna watch me get bored all day, and then in the evening talk nonsense as I play D&D and stuff.
Nice. She joining yet?
No, she really wants to. She had a play date arranged to go play D&D this weekend, but she can't go now.
Oh,
Ah well.
oh well. She'll be fine. Why is that? There it is. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix a thing in a thing, whilst everybody is distracting for me. Thank you, folks.
No worries.
Dear chat, please tell me if all the sounds sound bad or good. That's a big help because I can't hear the sounds that you hear, and I have spent the afternoon messing with sounds. That made no sense, unless it did. Should we do some XP?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Pete, if you are around in chat, because I know you can watch on your phone and things like that, just shout out your XP answers. We'll write them down. Question number 1. Did you participate in the last session?
Yes.
Going to give it a yes.
Yes. So you get one there. Question number 2. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew? Let me do that again because I am tired and I missed what that said. I think I'd have learned this by now. To reach its current goal. There you go. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew reach its current goal?
I'd say so. We got through into that building and also negotiated that dude out of his room.
Yeah, we got there.
Yeah. The Burbacils. I used the
Burbacil.
correct name. I did not call them Bulbasaurs.
The Bulbasaur
Yeah,
into the
I
boat.
ripped the door off just to show off because Carvis was going to do it.
Power loaded
It was
the
the
door up.
Battenbergs.
Did you gambler talent your way through that door?
Yeah, just to stop you doing it.
That's fine.
He did indeed try, fail, push, gambler.
2 darkness points. Just so I didn't get a chance to roll.
We did indeed get
This
Some
is a
may call
co-op
it
game.
petty.
some may call it petty rivalry between some players, yes. But others
no, never.
will call it RPGing. There we go, that's better. How about our local anthropologist?
I don't think I did. No, I don't think I can qualify for that one. I
No?
kind of stood in the background and watched the big strong men do big strong man things.
Oh,
I'm sure you did something. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I did a few little bits and pieces, but I don't think I did anything particularly noteworthy. I think I just sort of sat in the back of the van and made sure that nobody died.
okay,
But that's okay.
that's okay.
My time will come.
100% success rate on that.
Yeah, was
Yeah,
very successful.
That is true.
On your side of the river, on the river.
Oh, yeah,
the river
yeah,
you were
yeah.
on. The other side
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
river, there was lots of death.
That was the
That
entire
wasn't my
plan,
job.
though.
That was not. No, I was going to try. I'll just wait until we're playing the game to butcher your character's name.
Rowia.
Rowia.
There we
I
go.
tried putting it in the Zoom window in a phonetic way so that you could see it better.
I really hope you put Dave as a joke.
Question number 3. go. Did you put yourself or your crew at risk because of your personal problem? Do we have any personal problems crop up this week? Last week?
I
Edwin?
didn't.
No, I
Nope.
don't think so.
No. No.
No.
Not this time.
No.
Okay.
The high stakes world of academic rivalry didn't crop up
Oh,
in our
okay.
raid on a drug dealer's house.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, as far as Venn diagrams go, they're pretty close, just not quite overlapping.
I like that Pete is just shouting like, no, yes, in chat. No, yes. Question number 4 then, moving on. Did you learn something new about yourself or another player character?
No, I didn't, I don't think.
No?
I think I do get that one because I learned quite a bit about James's history on
Zelly
planet
was-
and how
yeah.
much of a mess it was.
Yeah, yeah. I guess Carvis and Kishar already knew that, but Rawir didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So we learned some of Zellian's tragic but
Because
brutal...
I learned about Carvus last week and then Zellian, no, week before last,
Yeah.
Zellian last week, and Kashar is the one to watch now.
Kishar.
Yeah, that'll take you the rest of the campaign.
Yeah.
You can meet a different version every day.
Yeah. Even
I learned a bit more
Kishar...
about Akida, but I don't think enough to count as an XP point. Because in the room, I was very surprised by how well diplomacy happened through the intercom from Akida.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I think it's a half. I'll maybe have 2 halves together next time.
Okay. Okay. Question number 5 then. Did you sacrifice or risk something for your crew?
Not really.
No, I mean, our lives in general doesn't really count.
No, the whole sort of like Zellian going inside the box of death and trusting everybody is kind of risking it to make sure we're not gonna
That was risky. That
not gonna screw things up, especially considering the plan didn't exactly go as the plan should have
Yeah,
done.
we did screw the plan up immediately though. So like every phase of that plan screwed up from inception to like.
We rolled with
outcome.
punches. We did it. We did it fine. We rolled. I do think that you had like no control over it though, so I definitely think you were.
I mean, yeah, I guess I was in a box while you were negotiating freight pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At
I'll
least
stick
we
by
knew
it.
what was in the box this time.
It's in the box.
It's in the box.
That gives me 3.
An attack veteran. That's what's in the box.
Yeah.
An attack
And a
veteran.
drunk guy.
And a drunk guy. That was a risk getting in the box with Dali when he was that wrecked.
Yeah,
He
Dali
wasn't when we
was
got
indeed
in. He
a
did that
risk.
once he got in.
Just chugged an entire whiskey bottle whilst he's also seasick.
And then finally, did you act in accordance with your icon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everyone did with that.
Like-
That was, for the gamblers, that plan was not a plan.
That was just a
Crazy.
I think both
Yeah.
Akita and Raiwa.
Roya.
Roia.
Oh, yeah.
Roia. There we go. I think
So
both of
what-
those.
Just say it like the Kali Na thing. Roya.
Like Kalima.
Yeah, in
You're suggesting that Roia is like some sort of dark god and she's going to rip out all of your hearts later in the campaign.
I could have been just borrowing the cadence, but I like yours better. Let's go with yours.
Yeah.
Alaram, Sudaram.
Do you know what,
It's got a bonus XP question. Did you kill anyone with a fridge?
We need mini fridges.
No.
No.
Bolted to the wall. We were denied.
Yeah.
Denied our
Little
fridge
fridges
decks.
on a flail handle.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Fridge.
A morning fridge, as it were.
So big enough to hold like a can of soft drink or
We missed-
something.
we
Maybe
missed-
some Musa Cola.
We missed pushing Dali off with this inside that giant fridge. We decided to not kill him.
Yeah, we were
Got
gonna,
reminded. We got reminded he was inside. So I guess we shouldn't kill him.
You nearly did have a frigidant, but never mind. I think I got 3 out of that.
Yeah, how did so Graham got 3. How did you do, James?
I got 4, thankfully.
4. Martin, what'd you get?
3.
3 more. How about you, Ben?
Grace.
3 more. Anybody
Yeah.
banked enough to level up? 2 for Garblag, 2 for
5.
Pete.
Nope.
5.
I spent on mine last week.
Right.
2 left over.
Oh, right, you got 10.
I've managed to bank up to 10 now.
Oh, you have to.
All right.
You have to take something. You can't, I don't think you can bank up more than 10, can you?
No.
Nope,
it's-
nope.
Yeah.
I think
You
you have to
can-
buy
I mean, you don't
something.
You don't have to spend your XP, but I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I was banking it for the Mystic Powers.
Oh,
So,
you're going to do the Mystic Powers and
All
then a talent as well, 2 in 1.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
see.
good.
Exciting. All right. So while we update some character sheets, we'll play the intro, and then we'll be back with some adventure. Welcome back to Coriolis. We are debating talents and powers and slowly sailing down, well, not slowly actually, sailing down the river towards the monolith, which like looms like a giant tombstone on the horizon, way above the jungles of Kuan, way above everything around it. We kidnapped a Burbacil family member, the crime syndicate.
No, he's merely assisting us of his own free will.
It's just helping. Just helping out. We liberated a Burbacil crime family member from a revolution in a place called Bay Basin, bundled him onto a boat, and then hired the boatman with like 4 burr or something ridiculously small. Like, and he was ecstatic because that's going to pay him for like a week. And we sailed overnight down to the conglomerate at the base of the monolith, resting, recovering. So any mind points or HP loss or anything like that will be restored. Where are we?
Did anyone get hurt last week?
I think there might have been 1 or 2 points, but nothing.
I took a mind point from something.
I still have broken legs.
Yes, they will take a while to heal or repair.
Someone did something weird and funky, and it made me stress out.
How long is the boat journey? Is it the next day, or is it
Yeah, it was very early the next morning.
one more day off my no teeth?
1 more day.
Yeah.
Your
3 days to go,
faces-
and then I have teeth back again.
Yeah.
Well,
it's healed enough to not make people go, "Ugh, have you been in a fight?"
It's going to be less of a problem when you're speaking to people.
Yeah. There is. All right. So as we move towards the monolith, this huge monolith, huge piece of not quite sure actually what it is exactly. You can see that there are ships, like spaceships, but they're not spaceships because everybody has a spaceship, if you see what I mean. Why is words so hard today? Goodness, folks. So yeah, you can see aircraft, small carriers flying in and out of the monolith, like there are some sort of airports or landing pads and places further up the structure. You can see lights and things. You can also see, even though it's quite early in the morning, like almost sunrise is on the way, you can see people letting off like fireworks and celebrations kind of things, because we're 2 days away from the end of the year celebrations. And although on Coriolis the mood had gotten a bit somber, down here on Kuan, not everybody is aware of the grave situation, like how dire it can feel with the emissary missing, and all the missing folks, like the missing mystics and people being kidnapped and such. So the mood, you can see, like, people are already getting into the party spirit, even this early in the morning, or perhaps late at night. And as you're, what's our boatman called? Did we pick a name? He doesn't have a name in the book, because nobody thinks you're gonna.
Let's just call him Imran then.
Imran. Okay. So Imran points off towards Pia. What was it? Pia. We know because he said.
Is it something B? 19B? 39B?
No, I think it's Pia 40. Yeah, it's Pia 58. He points off towards Pia, and he says, "Look, we need to head down this way. It won't take too long." But he does, like anybody who's dozing, anybody who's asleep, he sort of nudges and or suggests to whoever's awake with him, wake up. I expect Akida just sort of rolls over and stays asleep because he's not here right now. Akida has the first lie-in for about six months. Yeah.
I rather think that Akida's just like, he's not sleeping, he's like hanging onto the side of the boat in some kind of stealth mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just so stealthy, none of us can see him.
Yeah.
Like,
It's gone outrageously Joseph Conrad, and we're all rocking a Heart of Darkness, the horror, kind of vibe.
Yeah, he wants to get the vantage point, so I imagine Kida's going to go and get the world's tallest vantage point at the top of this monolith.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed off it.
Stood there with the arrow pointing straight down.
The leap of faith from the top of the monolith.
In the sci-fi monolith, just at the bottom, there's a hay bale. Just like nice little pile of hay.
I remember that. If we ever get near the monolith, I'll remember that.
Space hay is required.
Those games give me vertigo just watching them. I couldn't. Oh my.
It's kind of why I like them, though.
Yeah.
They're not as fun as they used to be, but they're still pretty cool.
As we make our way through, and Pier 58 is one of the further out piers. It's almost on the edge of the conglomerate, on the edge of like the town. Rayua. Why can't I say this name? She might know, like, this edge of town is called Little Algol. From around here. It used to be, like, perhaps 20, 30 years ago, depending on how old she is. Maybe she's heard about it, or some of the folks who she's learnt from or studied with might have known this area originally was, like, very upmarket, where the dignitaries and the fancy folk would dock. Now it's very run down. This is like wooden piers and ramshackle huts and that kind of stuff. And as we approach, there is like a glow over an area, and as we get closer, we can smell that sort of painful scent of burning wood and soot as we get closer and closer. And as we do approach, and Imran gets us to... Was it Imran? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Imran gets us to a place where we can dock. You can see and hear there is a whole commotion going on as people are running and moving, and there's whistles and shouts as folks are trying to put out fires, or one fire, in fact, as they run to and fro. Buckets and people scooping up anything out of the water, and just a commotion going on even in this early hours of the day. Imran finds a place for you to dock, and is like, he looks at everyone and is like, "Are you sure you want to stay, friends? Are you sure you want to come here? It seems like bad stuff is happening. We could be back in time for afternoon food."
I will give Imran, let's say, 20 burr, and say, if you're still here when we come out, I'll give you another 50. Like, don't die, but
What you?
hang on as long as you can.
For you, lady, I will wait. Thank you. My family will, yeah. And he looks at it, and he looks at Kashar in a like. She knows she's just given me 20 burr. Does she know that? Like
The
and
beautiful thing about stealing all your money is you're not really that attached to it.
Yeah.
And living for free 95% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where is he? So our Burbasil chap, Raquin Burbasil, he's like, are you gonna pay me to stay? Because you said I could go when I get here. And we've got here, right?
Do you know what
just-
the contact is?
Well, I don't really. The pier with the Hassan Trading Company, they have a warehouse. We send our stuff there. They have somebody who verifies the delivery, and then we get paid.
So you've never been any further than this dock?
I've never really been as far as this dock, no.
Right, well, sort of looking at everybody else.
Do they normally just like get the sleeping bed things? Also, I cannot word today, but you know what I mean.
The stasis
The
coffins.
stasis coffins, and just like take them down to the Hassan Company. Is that what normally happens?
Apologies, I'm gonna have to dip for a second. My computer's just gone really weird, and I have to reset it. So 2
Okay.
seconds.
No worries.
This might go
It's alright, carry
wonky
on.
on the screen, but it'll be
Yeah.
alright.
Okay. So yeah, is that what normally happens? I'll speak to the Burbasil and Imran.
So Imran is like, yeah, normally we bring everything here. They here we go, look, we'll fix it.
And we have one of those, don't we? We brought it with us.
We bought an empty one with us, yeah.
Cool. Weren't we
She's
gonna?
just doing it now to
Were we not gonna put the Burbasil guy in it and then spray a black X on it and take him down there?
I assume did you just take us away from him, this guy, I'm guessing, to say this?
I thought we'd arranged. That was the plan because we weren't going to get here and let
Yeah.
him go and get his friends to take any sort of revenge he felt was
But
appropriate.
I can't remember, are the coffins like, can you see into the coffins? There's like a window.
Yeah, there is like a
or-
window.
yeah.
So the easiest way, or the way I kind of picture them in my head, you know, in the start of Aliens, where you see Ripley's stasis thing, cryotube. They're
Yeah,
basically ones of them. So yeah, you can look in this this curved glass top and see a sleeper in there. When they're in the drop pods, they're sort of wedged inside, slightly more protective, because that wouldn't survive re-entry unless it was a
Like in
very
Alien 4 when they're wheeling them off the ship
Yeah.
and into the
into
military
the...
bit, and they've got them in racks of 6.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing. So you gather, like, if Imran has brought them on this barge, you probably get about 4 to 6 sort of lashed together, maybe covered in tarpaulin. It could look like a big lumber delivery if it's covered in like a greasy bit of wax tarpaulin kind of thing. But yeah.
Here's the deal. We're not going to force you, but we need to make sure that you're not going to blab to anybody. So, if you want to get out of it, we're going to ask you, get in that stasis coffin. We'll set you for 6 hours, and then you'll defrost and you can leave after that. That way, Imran's going to be here. He can
Imran,
watch
yeah.
over you, and if anything happens, Imran, you bolt out. But he'll be watching you. You get into that coffin, 6 hours, you'll come out, and you're free after that.
The Burbasil looks at you like, my family will be very sad if I were to die.
I'm going to kill you.
We're not
And then
killers.
he looks at Imran, very sad. And Imran like looks at like Zelian and Carvus.
I step in the way so like I'm physically blocking him looking at Imran.
Is
Right a bit. There you go.
There we go. So yeah, he
You must have realised that we weren't just going to let you wander
Hello.
off, and we needed
No.
some safety net for ourselves. Take heart from the fact you're not simply floating face down in the river, and
No,
we've got
I-
a way that is good for everybody.
I'm grateful. Friends, we're friends, right?
We are.
I'm grateful.
you won't even know it's happened. You're gonna go to sleep and you're gonna wake up, and that's all that's gonna happen.
What are we doing to Imran? I
Put
wasn't
him in
paying
the
attention.
put him in
Not
stasis
Imran, the
coffin for 6
Burbicil
hours.
guy,
The guy, sorry, yeah.
the gangster.
Oh.
We're going to chuck him in the coffin.
6
then-
hours. That'll give us enough time to do our jobs, and then you will be free to do what you want after that.
Why are we keeping him alive?
We sort
Well-
of promised we would. Also,
Yeah,
we're
but-
going to once he's in the coffin, we're going to use him to get into the docking bay we need to get into, the Hassan company. Just
Do we
can
need him
say,
to get in?
well, they're used to people showing up with these coffins, and we can just say everything kicked off and we just grabbed everything we could and brought it here, and we'll try and sell it to them, and then we'll shoot them in the face.
Right, if we need him as a prop, then fine. But I just put a bullet in his head. I mean, we could do that. We could do that anyway and put him in the coffin.
True.
Well, I mean,
It does have a
Yeah.
vitals panel on it.
Yeah, because Shark can fake that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we did give him our word we
I'll-
wouldn't kill him, so...
I
I'll like depart away from this guy and go to Zelian. Right, Zelian.
Yes.
If he becomes a problem, shoot him in the face.
He's already
But-
a problem.
And we want the easiest way for us to get into this place possibly is using the stasis coffin. If he willingly gets into the stasis coffin, I don't need to punch his lights out and knock him out and stuff him into the stasis coffin and cause him overseen. There's a fire over there.
Yeah.
We can just get him in.
My issue is, hey, you know that massively powerful crime gang? Let's leave one of their members who's seen all of us and knows what we've done and where we're going. Let's just let him off and wander around. And he won't seek to get revenge at all. Crime gangs notoriously don't go for revenge when they're crossed.
Zelian,
So,
just to tell you, I am lying to him. I don't care how long he's in the stasis coffin, and I don't care how much alive he is after we use him.
then let's kill him.
But we need him alive, so we don't need to fudge this stasis coffin's panel.
Ugh, all right.
He's
Well,
an
we get-
icicle. He's no more threat than a lollipop.
Right. I would like to.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Can I put him in the coffin then?
Well, I'm gonna try and get him to do it by his own accord, but
I'm gonna
we'll
punch
see.
him in the head with my robotic arm.
Are you
After-
sure?
after-
I'm not gonna stop you.
After saying that to Carvers, I'm gonna punch him because
Like, yeah, sure, bang.
yeah,
Thor, puny god moment.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
just
make,
backhand him.
It's the I won moment, that one.
pardon?
The one where he punches Thor sideways. It's the I won
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a, what is it, close combat roll?
I think in this case we can probably call it a fuck you roll.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Burbicil messes around enough.
You want me to go in one of the coffins as well, so that you've got more?
We've only got the one
No,
coffin, I
no.
think.
Yeah, we only brought one with us.
Oh, we've only got one.
Yeah,
a very
plus-
odd roll.
No
It's
sixes?
333. No, it's 333 666 is what I rolled.
A critical
Yeah.
success.
Critical.
Okay.
Critical punch.
I choose not to activate the critical. Actually,
Just
no, I will.
more
I've
damage.
Got,
Damage.
I've got executioner. I
Don't kill
will.
him.
So unless I roll the 66, I can avoid it. So it's all good. I will crit him. See what happens.
Just punch him out. Why?
Because it's fun to roll and see what happens.
I mean, he is following the
That
gambler.
is true.
The
It is
first
fun to
die-
roll and see what
Well, fine, we put
happens.
Ruia in the stasis
First-
pod.
Oh my god.
You
Oh my
did
god.
not.
I've only rolled one dice, but
That's
it
for
is
6.
it is a 6.
Alright,
Don't.
So
Roll the other one. Roll the other one.
roll it again.
second dice. Second dice is the blue one.
Alright,
Da, 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 da. Ah, 62 or 26.
62.
So I
or
can
26.
avoid killing him.
Yes.
26.
Have you got the crypto?
Are you going to?
I'll get it open for you. Hang on.
Got it just here.
Oh, dislocated soldier, we do 26. And he's stunned for a turn.
What's 62?
62 is...
62 is destroyed leg, which would be weird for punching him in the head.
All right, I will punch him in the head and dislocate his shoulder as he goes into the thing and stun him. It's like as he's gonna fall, and it's like in the
Okay.
box.
You just, it's not like the most finessed punch you've ever done. And it,
I
it
just
Does
whacked
also
him.
stun for a turn though, so
yeah, and
bonus.
it is just like you smack him with your prosthetic arm, which boom, guy wheels a bit, clatters into stuff. You hear like a crack and a clunk
Oof.
from his shoulder as he slams into the coffin. You slam the door shut, and after a moment or two, it's frozen. He is
All right.
not completely
I
like
mean,
dead.
I guess, Zellion, that way works, I suppose.
He's in the coffin. No,
Yeah,
no
I mean-
fuss, no muss. He's in the coffin.
You could have like the destroyed leg. Be like maybe you just destroy the bit of his brain that has the motor control for his legs. So there's nothing wrong physically with it. It just isn't going to work ever again.
Ever again.
He just doesn't believe in it anymore. It's
Yeah,
like,
I disbelieve
Or like
legs.
coffin
He's
like
an
closes on
anti-legger.
his leg.
Yeah.
The no leg society
Imran.
for flat Earth.
Imran's eyes go wide in a.
Hey, he threatened you and your family.
Yes. I
I mean, he could join him. I look at him and say, "We don't need the boat anymore. If you want to get in, that's
Oh,
fine."
that's our way
Zellion.
out. Like there's a decent
And
place.
his hand goes to his pocket where the bird from Kashar is. Like,
Stop threatening everybody.
Well, it's true. Like, the more witnesses we leave, I don't want to sound mercurial, but the more witnesses we leave, the more people we have following our trail to
He's
where we're
just
going.
a boatman. That's all he
Yeah,
is. He's a
and-
poor
and he
boatman.
immediately starts to like look down.
You better be.
the
What
more you kill,
happens-
the more you invite the darkness into yourself. Think of the icons. Would they want
That's-
you killing this many people?
What if none of us can steer this boat and we need it to get back up the river to where our ship is?
I am
Like it's a long walk.
an
I
excellent.
imagine in Little Algol, it's a monolith, right? They'll have some kind of flying car transports or something, right?
Oh,
Jet bikes.
Imran's is like chartering a shuttle to Babason is normally. Oh, I'd never afford it. It's like 1,000 burr a person. Save
Yeah,
up for
but
a
you don't-
lifetime.
You don't charter, you acquire. There's a difference.
Good news is I can afford 2.8 people.
Well, the rest of us will just be luggage.
Let's
I
hope
could
they're not
afford
Ryanair
it if
fees
it's
then.
required. Stop panicking about that. But it's 70 burr for this gentleman just to look after a boat, and he's not a threat. Zellion,
And,
just
and I'll take you back to your
temper.
ship.
Are there any
temper it for a
radios on the
moment.
boat?
What?
And any
I
radio
believe
equipment
so.
at all?
No comms equipment. No.
Nothing. All right. Does he have a data pad or anything like that?
No. We can't afford it.
Did I give away all my spurs? I did, didn't I?
You did. You gave them to
Good.
the.
The
Um,
capybara
not the
guitar people.
All right. Then I guess we leave him to it.
And he's like, I'll wait right here for you, friends. Are you gonna paint a black X or a white X on them? They all have crosses.
White
Yeah.
X.
No, wasn't
Right,
it?
next up.
Yeah.
It's black
No,
X.
black.
is
Black
for-
is
is
black for
black is
mystics.
for mystics.
Well, I
Does
thought
it not
the-
already
you-
have a black X on? Because it came out of the Mystic.
Oh,
part.
it's a
Oh,
good
good point,
point,
actually.
actually.
It
Yeah.
does have a black X. He's just asking.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they're gonna
Yeah,
paint over
we
into
got
them.
it. We got it wrong. We thought it was the
Yeah.
other way around.
Mhm.
But it's actually black X for mystics.
In many cases, we are completely wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, we have.
Hey, we're
The
not
stasis
murder
coffin.
hobos. We're murder rich people.
Check his vitals. Is he alive?
He's alive. Yes.
Because Zelling did punch him with a robot hand. I want to make sure. Zelling
He's
just
fine.
decapitated. I've seen what happens when you punch people with robot hands.
I
don't
could
have-
have killed him. I chose not to.
I mean, he is in a fridge.
Yeah, he is in a fridge now. So we rudely put this Burbasil family member into a stasis coffin. We then force it onto the docks. Normally, you'd expect like stevedores folks to come and be like, "Hey, friend, boss, do you want me to help me move this? I know 50. I'll do it for 15 burr to get this to anywhere in the conglomerate. And then somebody will try to undercut them and that kind of stuff, and there'll be a lot of that kind of stuff going on as you're unloading stuff. None of that. Nobody helps.
Is there like a push trolley type thing anywhere around?
If they've listened to Zellion talking, I don't blame them for not helping.
No, there's. You could probably wander into the docks a little bit further, but here on the pier, there's nothing.
I will smile when at the end of the day, and we are walking into the boss's final room, and Imran stood there like, haha, it was me all along.
I'd be like, you ain't getting that 50 burr then, buddy. Also, I'm taking that 20 back off your dead corpse.
Show me on the VTT where the bad DM hurt you.
How heavy is the stasis coffin?
How heavy is it?
Yeah, how heavy is the stasis coffin?
It's fairly heavy, but between Zellion, Carvus, Akida, and Kishar and Roia, you could all sort of manual labour it along a bit until you maybe find something to put it on or find a place to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
I somewhat assume that they float for some reason.
No,
I did as well, but
no grass
I'm
sleds.
pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't.
You can imagine Kashar's disappointment. She tips it over and it just falls to the ground. It's like, oh.
Yeah, pick up like the back end of like, Zellion, can you get the front? We need to move this onto the docks.
No.
I mean, no.
No. It was your choice to bring the guy in it. If you want to carry him around, do so. It would have been light. If we killed him and carried an empty one, it would have been lighter, wouldn't it?
Can I lumberjack this, Millie? Put it on my shoulder.
I'll grab it. It's fine.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to roll just to prove it.
I kill Cthulhu moment. You can't roll to do that. You can't roll to do that.
In fact, I think you're stronger than me anyway, aren't you? You're strength 5?
I'm strength 4 and force 3.
We're the same. Yeah, let's grab it. I'll grab the front end, but I will be complaining about it consistently. Actually,
yes.
Can I carry it? Because my leg's broken. I can't walk anywhere.
You can walk, can't you?
But I don't know if I'll be able to carry as much if I'm. Oh, screw it. I'll do it anyway.
It's not so there's no time critical moment here where we need to run, dodge a fight. There's no beast from the lagoon rising up to try and consume us. So eventually,
a really specific example.
Like the tigers in Alien the other week. It's all fine.
You just have reduced movement speed and dexterity. It actually doesn't affect your strength at all.
No.
Cool.
We can just
Come on, cripple.
handle this. Oof, low blow. We can just handle
I say it through my
this.
broken teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I smile at you. Exquisite dental work.
Legion dental care is the best. Yeah, veteran dental care. Excellent. So it's not a roll that we're going to have to make to do this. It's just perhaps a little bit undignified for the preacher from Mirren.
No, he's a humble
cloth of gold covered in mud.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I hate every moment of it, but I've been trying to get over the problem with this planet since day 1.
Only day 2.
Ignoring the planet.
And we move it into the docks. We take a short breather. Look around for this Hassan warehouse. And there's no the stuff that you can see around here near the edges, like the real shitty ones. None of them seem to have the Hassan sign on it.
Are there anybody in the street?
There's probably
because we could use Zellion's affinity with street urchins.
Not necessarily a street urchin, but
I'm the Fagin of space.
You are space Fagin. All right, I will stop or find some kind of street urchin and
boy, what day is this?
Yes. I'll offer them, I don't know, 2 burr for directions to the Hassan warehouse. And I'll offer them 5 burr if they can go and steal me a trolley from somewhere to put the thing on.
So they go 10 birr then, sister.
I will give you 3 burr for mathematics lessons also.
15 birr then.
Okay, I'm gonna go and ask somebody else. Nice talking.
For a small amount of burr, you acquire a trolley that will help you move this thing, like a pallet loader or whatever. Not a big exo loader.
No, just
Yeah, just a truck sled carry thingy.
Yeah,
And
pump
I'll give
wagon.
them 20 burr and say $5 for respecting the hustle there.
Yeah.
Or 5 burr, I should say.
And they point you towards a smoky end of the docks where a bunch of people are now like they're walking away and shaking their heads, and you know
Ah, bollocks. Guess what's on fire, eh?
some people are like, oh, it's such a tragedy, so close to the end of the year. God, oh, so sad kind of conversations as they head like off to the jobs. It's the day. It's early.
Should we stop someone and ask?
Why?
We can, but I think we're better off going there to think, just to see what this fire is and if it's in the Hassam warehouse as well.
Well, yeah, obviously something's happened and we could be forewarned, but no worries, let us tromp on them.
Right, so we move closer. We do find following the directions of the passing Cockney street urchin on Kua. We do find that there is this smouldering building that should be what the warehouse that we've been looking for. You can see the timbers, some of them still maybe smoking and cracking. Water's just been splashed everywhere.
Can I have a look out in the crowd that are around and see if there's anybody that's watching it with sort of proprietorial, like is somebody watching to make sure this place has burned, or is somebody watching in the sense that I need to make sure the evidence is gone kind of way?
Okay, yeah, make observation. I'm doing that thing again where I can't remember what system I'm on.
Observation is a skill in this
observation.
game.
3 successes.
Wow, critical success.
I have
Right.
got 8 dice.
I rolled 9 or 10 and lucky to get 1. That was an ace roll.
All right, so you look around as the other folk are like looking at the warehouse. You turn around and look at the people who are watching. There are a lot of folks looking ready to, like, as soon as anybody is not sort of paying attention, or as soon as they possibly can, without being necessarily too disrespectful, they're ready to start picking through the rubble, picking through the ruins, and seeing what they can scavenge. Like, what's here that I can have, what's mine, what's could have been mine but now is, could have been somebody's but now is mine, and kind of go through all that kind of stuff. Further down the road, you see a youngish woman, probably 22, 23 kind of age, looks quite strung out, and is looking at the people who are leaving, and then looking to see if there's anybody else coming this way. As you watch, she catches somebody's, like, she obviously knows, and there's a little bit of a conversation. They shake their heads. She frowns even more and begins kind of, there's an element of she's too nervous to come forward, but she can't make herself leave.
I'm going to nudge Kashara and point her out.
And then just as you're kind of finishing scanning the way, you catch, and it's maybe a little bit out of place as it heads away from the center, the things moving. Maybe it's definitely out of place for the docks. It's just like the shoulder pauldron, the carapace kind of armor that you'd see on maybe like the Coriolis guard. But this one has a similar sort of symbol, similar kind of thing as the, Roio would know them, like the Samaritans from Coriolis, like the folks who are supposed to help, but also known everywhere else as the Order of the Pariah. You just see this brief kind of white glimpse of that, and it's just the moment as you see it leaving the area down an alley.
I want to tell Kashar about the girl who's watching. Say she's looking for something.
I'll start slipping through the crowd so I can just appear next to her, but from behind.
Oh, okay.
And obviously I'll let Rowia do what he wants about the pauldron, or she wants even.
I think the pauldron I'll probably mention to Carvus. So Carvus just seen a Samaritan disappear off down that way.
Might be good to go and have a chat with them, especially considering I'm pretty sure they're expecting shipment.
Full pauldron and everything, so they're not in disguise.
Gonna come with me?
I'll stay with the box, see if anybody comes to pick it up.
Okay. So, are you gonna take Zellion with you, or are you gonna just dive off on your own, Carvus?
If Zellion wants to come with me, unless you want to stay with the box. Zellion?
I don't know why we're chasing this woman.
The Samaritan?
Yeah.
See if we can
It's
get
two
information.
different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we know where we need to go. I'm not sure, given that we've got a guy in a box and we're kind of.
Yeah, but that's where we are. We are where we needed to go, and it's the place that's on fire.
Well, this is the warehouse of the company, right? That everything's supposed to be delivered to.
Yeah. It's been burnt down.
But surely the company has got like a head office somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
but we don't know what that is.
It's presumably a big place. If it's Pier 58, there's obviously another 57 piers. So
Like, did we not get any like paperwork off that? Well, not paperwork, electronic work off the guy.
They didn't have any.
no, do you remember there were
No.
no records? It was all word of mouth, cash in hand.
Yeah.
Because super illegal.
Yeah,
I guess we can poke around. Is the warehouse like fire been put out, or is it still on fire?
it's
It's
smouldering.
Mostly put out. It's mostly just like smouldering, wet charcoal scent.
Well,
And
Alright.
there are a bunch of vultures really waiting to go in and pick
Yeah.
over what's there.
You can go with them, Zellion, if you want, and have a look, inspect the warehouse and see if you can find something else. And I can go have a chat with the Samaritan. Because I can't sneak about.
I'm assuming not all Samaritans are pariah.
They are
Like-
pariahs, yeah.
All Samaritans are pariah, but not all pariah are Samaritans.
Because if it's the same people we dealt with back on Coriolis, then you shouldn't really go on your own, because they could be anybody. So I think it might be safer to look around the ruins of the warehouse to find the information, but probably quicker to just go punch a Samaritan. So I'll come with you.
We'll have a chat and see what the chat
Yeah,
happens to.
you can chat and I'll wait.
Yeah.
You can nod at me if you need me.
Right. Rui, are you staying with the coffin?
I'll stay with our friend in the box.
You might see me point over to you at some point to talk about the coffin, just so you're aware. And then I will head off with Zellion to the Samaritan. And Kashar is with the lady at the moment.
Yeah, so Kashar, while the other folk have been debating about whether they should try and find the holy person, you snuck off. Make an infiltration roll. Let's see.
Okay. Well, I got 7 dice for that. That's quite good.
Ooh, that sounded fun.
I failed. She sees me coming.
Alright. Do you want to push?
No, it's fine.
You sure?
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, I don't look like a threat.
no, you don't. So you push through the crowds. You try and move around a bit. She's not surprised to see you like arrive, but she does sort of look at you and kind of go, "Have you been in? Did you come to bring your goods?"
We didn't go in. It was like this when we got here.
No, I didn't think you did it. I just wanted. As the
It's like this when we got here.
I know. I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
A big boy did it and ran away.
It
It was Zellion.
was Sally.
It wasn't me.
Oh, you can't run, so yeah, of course.
Shade all over the place tonight.
Shots fired. Yes.
It's just going to stab you when you're not looking.
Fair enough.
So, no, I know you didn't. Well, I don't know you didn't do it, but I saw you arrive after it had begun. I just wondered if you'd seen any bodies or if anybody was in there when it was burning.
I'm not sure. Are you thinking about somebody in particular?
Well, my wife, she didn't. She left for the night shift. She was supposed to. She works for the Hassan.
What did she do for them?
She's a stevedore.
You know, my friend's a doctor, so we could go and find her, and you know, if she's not, if she's just injured, then yeah, we could probably do something about that.
Was there survivors? Did you see? Was there doctors? They doing medication down there?
Oh no, my friend who came with me to the warehouse is a doctor. He hasn't been inside. Me and you can go in, though.
Aren't there any police or
No.
like security or guards or anything? It's like
No.
a building can just burn down and nobody cares.
Well,
The
they cared enough to
people
put
that
the
lived
fire out.
here, yeah.
It's called gentrification.
Wow, it's like that scene from Last Action Hero where the assassin shoots his gun in the middle of the street. Like, I'm firing a gun. I've just killed someone. Does anybody care? No.
Yeah.
Well, it's Little Algol, isn't it? That's where we're from as well. So you know, we know it's a terrible place. The real version.
Let it go, Zellion. It's Little Algol.
It is.
So what do you say? You want to go and look for your wife?
Well, I don't want to go. I don't want to. She looks at you. I don't want to see her dead.
Yeah, I can understand that. Okay. Do you have a picture or, you know, like a chirper profile?
She looks at you like confused at what chirper
So I
is.
know what she looks like. Oh, they don't have chirper here? Oh my god, it's so backwards. Why am I even on this planet?
Because this is probably where Nia is.
I know, but I can't review anything.
She has a small phone, a small tabula, small palm, and she shows you a picture. It's a lock screen. It's her and this other woman, and she's like leaning in to smooch, and the other woman's like stop it, kind of thing. And she's like, that's my Tubra. That's her. My name's Walla, and she reaches out her hand.
I will shake her hands and introduce myself as Yeroon.
Yeroon, okay. She it's just shut the music.
I was going to make a joke about it being a forced marriage, but probably not the best thing to do to someone who's wondering if their spouse is dead in a
Yeah,
warehouse
no,
fire.
Probably a
I am
bad
trying to
idea.
remember that she's like zero empathy whatsoever.
Who? Kishar?
Yeah. I've got to be fair, I've got 3 in empathy, but no manipulation or culture to use with it on purpose. All right then, that's fine. You stay here then.
Are you gonna go and do you know? I don't know what we're doing.
I'm gonna go and see if I can find you. Did you say Waller or was that your name?
My name's Walla. This is Tubra.
Tubra. Okay.
Tubra.
I guess I'm gonna go and find out if I can bring Tubra back.
And she does this. She's like this big because the picture doesn't show it. She has, and she names a brand of boots.
Do
kind
you
of
work
thing.
here as well?
No. I do some clerical work at further in town.
Oh, is that for the Hassans as well?
No.
Do you know if the Hassans have an office? I mean, I've got stuff for them.
Yeah, I've been to the office this morning. There was nobody there yet.
Okay. You stay here, and I'll tromp back. I will go via Rowea and say, that lady's wife works for the Hassan, so I'm going to go and see if she's still alive, and maybe we can find out where these things go afterwards. I don't really care what happens to the popsicle guy. Do you want to come with me?
Well, I don't want to leave him here because Zellion might kill him, or somebody might just
Steal
walk
him.
off with him.
I guess we can wheel him in there. He's not going to come to any harm.
If the office might, well, it might help us get into the office. We can go if you like.
Yeah,
Yes.
why not? And you know medicine and stuff, right? I've actually got a medical kit. I can know how to use the plaster in it.
That's good. That's great.
I was a nurse for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bit difficult if you don't have the training, but I did quite well.
That's terrifying.
Oh, I wasn't scared. It was fine.
Good. I'm glad you handled it. Should we go to this office then and see if
Yes,
they
let's find the least
want
smouldery
to
bits.
buy a frozen mystic?
Oh, I wonder if there's more. That's a good point, actually. If there's more of them in there, we should definitely get those people out. I mean, they haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, okay. Let's wheel the Berber lolly out.
So you're gonna go into the rubble? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't know how bad it is, but I'm going to attempt to enter the building and look for a survivor.
I mean, it's so bad you don't need to open a door to get inside.
Alright, so there's an explosion then, actually. I didn't think about any of this. So,
Oh, we're CSI Kuan now.
well, I sort of assumed it was on fire and it had collapsed inwards, but if the walls have flumped out, then...
Well, they could also have flumped in.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Melly, can I attempt to use my new psychic power
Yeah.
of clairvoyance to see if there's anything in there worth going for?
Love it.
Sure, yes. So you need to make a mystic talents roll. I get a darkness
Okay.
point.
You do.
I do. And then also read me what the talent does once you passed your roll.
So the talent does. You gain visions of where an object or person can be found. GM decides what forms they take. As a rule of thumb, an object you once owned is easier to locate than an object only described to you.
Okay.
You could say coffins that aren't this coffin.
Yeah, so I am looking for stasis coffins.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, make a mystic powers roll.
One success.
One success.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at mystic powers yet. I only injected myself with it yesterday.
Such a brave scientist.
Midichlorians.
Like you took my blood and injected yourself with it.
Well, I didn't
That's
do like
kind
a
of
straight blood injection. I kind of did a cocktail of all of the blood samples, identified unique strains common to all of them, and then injected that as in an mRNA vector.
We're going to have to start referring to you as Emperor at some point, I feel.
Alright. Okay, so you take a deep breath for a moment. Kind of take in the situation all around you.
I almost envisage it almost like a wild talent at this point. So it kicking in for the first time and being like a
Boom, kind of thing. Alright. You kind of stand there. There is a sudden wave of anxiety and nausea. The sounds all around you become distorted and blurred. Kasha, as you watch Raya for a moment, she sways, maybe placing a hand on the coffin, the stasis coffin, to kind of steady
I
yourself.
took my hand under her armpit.
Just
I know what this is from seeing Carvers do it, I assume.
Yeah. And your vision kind of clouds, and in your mind's eye you see almost like a foggy mirror image of the world around you. And then out of the mist comes this strange sort of distant song, this strange lament. And then you can hear water dripping on stone, of harsh voices speaking in a language you might understand, but it sounds more like there's an undercurrent of emotional kind of content rather than the words making actual sense. And then suddenly the song is interrupted by a piercing sound, which then you somehow translate into a pain in your kind of lumbar region and the back of your head. And for a short moment, you feel like a cold set of hands wrap around your neck, making it harder and harder to breathe, until your visions kind of cloud over, almost like the ice. If Roio's ever been inside a stasis coffin, like the ice kind of clouding over as you kind of stop. And yeah, there's a lingering set of song that kind of lasts afterwards. The tunnels lead only forward, like an arrow leaping from its string. I steady myself for the journey's end, living still in death, all that shall be again. Is the sort of song that remains afterwards.
Sorry, Graham.
I was gonna say, after this brief spinning moment, you do the kind of clairvoyant sort of location. You also are aware of there is 2 stasis coffins in the rubble, covered under whatever, and the impression that there are more, but there's a decaying palace, like opulence that's sinking into the ground.
A castle
That's-
made of sand.
Yeah, that is it.
That's very, very disconcerting to someone with a scientific mind.
Do you verbalize what you just seen, Ruir, to everybody?
I'll do a sharp intake of breath and tell Carvus that there are 2 coffins inside and more elsewhere.
So why is nobody trying to get them out?
I guess either the crowd don't know about them and the pariahs have done it on purpose. Because it was the thing about them being the last shipment, they've either got what they want or something too dangerous has happened and they're just leaving.
There's danger and pain and loss and a song, but
No.
that has no empirical value.
See, the song
Song is
is linked to the Emissary. We've heard the song sing to Basalt, and we had the song on Coriolis when Carvus heard it when she was being kidnapped.
Do you think an emissary in there?
And I think, from what you were saying, you've tapped into the emissary's memories or feelings. She has heard harsh voices. She's felt, was it water dripping, and a grip on her. So,
well, if you have more information, then I will explain the rest of the vision to them as well, and say, look, this is what I saw, this is what I heard.
I think you, from the sounds of that vision, if we tie the song as the emissary together, it sounds like you've felt her psychic echo of being strangled to death. Like the grip around her neck being tighter and tighter.
She's suffocating inside a stasis coffin.
It's not strangled to death. It's someone holding in a stasis coffin. The cold, the stasis wraps around.
So, well, if it's stasis, maybe that's all right then. It sounded like something wrapping around her neck.
But there's another place where they have these coffins, but there are 2 in here.
Let's go find the 2 people in here first, and then.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
if
how
you're
crazy there is.
awake and unwilling as you start to freeze, it might well feel like someone's suffocating or strangling you.
Yeah.
Are we changing priorities to going into this building, all of us?
Well, yeah, we've got
me and
nothing
Rui
else to do,
are,
have we?
and you guys are obviously brilliant if you join us, but if you still want to chase the prior, then chase the prior.
Well, it wasn't the prior, was it? Or was
Yes,
the two separate people?
There were two.
There were
separate
two separate people.
Yeah,
All right, I've got myself confused. Let's go talk to the prior then. Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
we wanna chase down this glimpse of the pariah we
Yeah.
saw in the crowds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Want me to
we?
make an observation or?
Yeah. Are we trying to like sneak after them, or are we like, oh you
No,
stop?
I'm gonna get out the parchment that we got the drawn symbol of the martyr on
Mm-hmm.
for the order. I'm gonna be like running after this because I've still got my black Burbicil lips. I'm just gonna be running after this Samaritan like waving
Can
down.
I, if Carvis is going like, hey you, can I try and sneak in the crowd and like come at it a second?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be like calling, brother, I
Alright,
need
But-
you.
You can have a +1 for essentially Carvus putting the spotlight on himself.
Cool. Agility, infiltration.
Yep.
2 successes.
Nice.
7 dice, 2 successes.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna push that roll for a darkness point. All right. So, as this person, like they stop, yeah, they stop and
Yeah.
they look at Carvus like, brother, wait. And as you kind of come from the side, Zellian, just before she starts running, maybe about to like push a stool or something over. You know when you were jetpacking towards someone, and
Yeah.
you flew straight at them, and they
Kicked
flew
them out.
out of the airlock like this.
Yeah.
Inside a helmet, or maybe without her helmet now, she looks at you. She looks at Carvus with like that brief bit of recognition, maybe.
Oh no.
Pushes a car over and runs into Algol.
Oh wow! This is
She
the woman I kicked out of
survived.
the
We
space
have a
dock.
nemesis.
All right.
Oh, that's
Alright.
changed things. Right.
Get your robes, Carvus. You're
I-
pulled.
I click my jetpack button and nothing happens because it's out of fuel. It's like, oh please! Oh, damn it!
Alright.
I gotta turn to Carvers and say, it's her from the hangar. I kicked her out into space and she's back.
Get her! We need to get her!
She's gone.
She's
Right.
gone.
That brief moment of like pushing the car over and then
Yeah,
people
she
moving
pushes
around.
car over, people scream and shout as you like, it's her.
Do I have a chance to mind read her at all? Or is it too far away?
I
I will. It will
What's
come
the
with
range
the.
on Is it short
No,
range?
no.
Quick,
I'll check it.
to the rules.
Zellian should look for either people carrying
Close-
a big pane
close
of glass
range.
or some orange crates to knock over as it chases.
Yeah, it's
Cardboard
close range.
boxes.
Close range, yeah. So she'll just be too far, gone.
I mean, I could start automatic firing into the crowd and in the hope that I hit her.
Just,
There's no police around. We've established that.
just
Yeah, but
discriminately.
They might all turn around and get rubbish guns and shoot you in the face.
I'll shout duck first.
Can't shoot your fellow Algolians.
I've got concussion grenades. I could just
That'll
hold them in.
just be better, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember? I thought
Alright.
they were stun grenades, but they're not. They're just
Yeah.
not as good as good grenades.
yeah.
In which case, I'd like to use my new power that I've just purchased
Oh,
instead.
all the
I-
Mystic
'cause
talents
I've-
are coming out tonight.
I've met her twice now.
Yeah.
I'd like to mind walk her and see where she's going.
Okay.
Mind walk.
I was hoping he was going to
Let's
say mind
do
death bullet.
The mind walk again. Mind bullets. Yeah.
I know. All the Mystic talents. You have to make your roll and then tell us what the talent does.
Yeah, 1 second. So it's...
And if you don't get any successes, you don't have to tell us what the talent does.
Gamble it. It's worth it.
I'll roll first and then I might gamble it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see. What's my medicine? So 2, 7. 4, 5, 6. Let's go. Let's gambler.
No successes?
No successes. I got a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2.
Wow.
Ooh, that's harsh.
I think you mind tripped instead of mind
I think
walked.
I've got
Clearly, you've got to mind crawl first.
Yeah.
like this is the first time I've done this. Gambler guide me.
Yeah. Okay. What does Mind Walk do for us then?
So, if you focus your thoughts on a person you've previously met, you can tap into that person's sensory input. You experience what that person sees, hears, and feels in the exact moment, regardless of where on the horizon they are. No thoughts or emotions are transmitted.
Okay. So, heavy breathing, running down a street, frantically looking back to see if this. Well, you don't get. Do you get feelings?
You don't get emotions or thoughts.
You'd
no, you
kind of
just
be able
get
to tell from, like,
just
glances, wouldn't
just
you?
sensory inputs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like the GoPro version of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like she's a
Yeah.
CCTV camera for
Yeah.
him.
All right. So yeah, heavy breathing, running, stomping, yeah, frantically looking behind towards like chaos and that kind of stuff, and then also sort of scanning the rooftops and the spaces up ahead. Like
Yeah.
there's a very kind of tactical sort of training going on here.
I'll be like grabbing onto like the nearest shop to try and like focus
Steady
and
yourself.
concentrate and like.
running down a way, and then after a short sort of sprint, dashes a quick change of direction, and then stops, and then a moment or two of calm, and pulls a data pad out of a pocket or a place, and you know, calls up Kuan maps, and is then, you know, scrolling, you know, pinch and zoom,
Yeah.
and it's got a pinpoint further into town, a legally distinct chirper recommendation for shipping with Hassan Co.
Can I, with that information, can I work out where that is, where we are?
Yeah, if you get a map, you'll be able to sort of
Yeah.
go, okay, not so far, but yeah. It seems like they've Kuan mapped their way to the offices of Hassan.
I will probably snap out of it at this point because this is the first time I've actually used this power and sort of collapsed down on the ground.
Are you okay? What I didn't. You just kind of phased out. I don't know what's happening. There's a man complaining about oranges on the floor, and it's quite distracting.
I tried
17
to.
birr for the whole God. That was my whole week's worth of oranges.
I take 20 burr out and just shove it in his mouth. Shut up! I'm trying to talk here.
Oh, thanks. And
That
he
should be a gang
banging up
name
the
with
oranges
20
for you.
Berkeley.
I tried to reach out to read her mind, but it was too far, and I managed to push further beyond that. And I saw. Have you got a map? I saw what she was seeing. I couldn't get the thoughts, but I could. It was like I was watching her like a camera almost.
If you,
Like through-
could you see where she's running to?
I could see what she was going to run to, or at least I could. I think I saw the Hassan head office
Then
on the map. I need a map. Where's my data pad?
I'll shout into the crowd. Has anybody got a map? 100 burr for a map of the city right now.
Hey, friend, best guide in town, right here.
I grab him. You put 100 burr in his
Okay,
pocket.
where are we going? I do you the best tour of Algol. Know all the best places for baklava and kawa. We got some opal dens, best opal dens in all of Coriolis.
Definitely later. First, listen to this man describe a building and a place and tell me where it is.
Yeah, I'll try and my best to relay the information to this guy on like what buildings I saw nearby and when she zoomed in and the rough area it was in. Like,
Right, so while Carvus is like explaining to this teenager who's just like, yeah, mate, I'll take you wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Anywhere. 100 burr. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Kashar and Raiwa. Am I getting any better? Am I just
Close.
butchering this?
Rawia.
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 Rawia. As you're going to look through the remains of the warehouse, yeah?
Yeah, I don't suppose these coffins have got Bluetooth.
They
Or
probably have something
The
like that.
equivalent of that,
Yeah.
because
I
I
will
can use
give
that to
you-
find them as my thoughts.
I give you a +1 to an observation roll.
How good are you at observing, Rawia?
I'm a scientist. It's literally my job.
Oh, perfect. I'll show you the vague outlines of the Bluetooth thing, suggesting where things might be. Because I have nothing in that. I would only have 4 dice. So, over to you.
Okay.
Is there like a help? Is that my help
you can
action?
Give, you can give
Yeah.
a dice of aid.
What do you want me to observe? This is.
So literally just shifting through, trying to find whatever we can in the remains. And
Oh, I
also-
see.
Also an investigation roll if you were playing D&D.
Yeah,
Yes.
with you can be guided by, I guess, Kashar and the readout suggesting actually there might be
Yeah.
something under here.
There also might be like obvious signs of where stasis coffins would be being kept, like maybe like power outlets and stuff like that. Maybe the room looks like it's the layout of a science laboratory or medical facility.
2 6s, so 2
2
successes.
successes. Okay. So it's not too hard.
I did get an extra dice, didn't I?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah, 2, I
That's
think.
okay. That's all right then. Yeah. Otherwise, it was only 1 success.
Hey,
It's not too hard to find the stasis coffin. There are 2. One of them is empty, has a big white cross on the side of it. Sort of you can see, I guess. The other one is on, and somebody's inside it, and it survived the fire. You also find 4 dead bodies.
Can I immediately Medicurg the person in the on one, or is that a technology thing rather than Medicurgy?
That'd be data gin or technology.
Okay, that's not my jam then.
You
It
can
is mine,
medicurge the people who are dead if you wanted to look them over and work out
Go
who
and
they
do
are.
CPR on a crispy body.
No. More
It's kind of an autopsy roll.
yeah, more autopsy,
yeah.
like what happened here, how many, like who are they,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Actually, I've got the markers now for the mystic disease. So if there's any cell samples, I might be able to tell if any of them were mystics.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
I will do my gin
Oh,
roll as well.
And you have the information we have about the emissary's blood that we got from the
The
reports,
mirror.
so you can tell.
True.
You can tell
Yes.
if any of them are the emissaries. Or
I have 2 successes.
Okay,
Nice.
so
22.
So looking over these bodies, one of them has got a stab wound. You can see fairly recent stab wound. The other 3 also have a gunshot wound.
Oh wow.
They just got
Like
shot in the coffins.
it's the what is it? The
These are executions.
Crickets.
yeah, the that style of small rounds, small munitions. Yeah, somebody's executed these folk. and then-
These people have been executed.
And then they're burnt down to
And
the evidence.
but they're all
this has been.
male.
Are any of them mystics?
No. No, they're not.
Do you think this is like them?
This is a cover-up. The
Yeah.
attack on the
House.
Burbersil base has caused them to clean house. It was the
Yeah.
last shipment. They've decided to sack it off.
Yeah.
They might have been
Everybody
doing
here
so
was male.
anyway.
That woman's wife isn't here.
Okay, that's
Right.
one good news for one person. They might have been cleaning house because they've got the emissary, and that means they want no connections leading to them. Whatever. I got. 2
There's the sunken
successes.
palace.
Yeah, on my gin roll as well.
Okay. So the stasis pod's only been active for about an hour.
It's the woman, isn't it?
There is a person in the stasis pod. As you're looking it over, it warns you. It warns you to have, what would it be? Frostburn procedure on hand. Metal object detected in cryo tube, in stasis tube.
So I gonna guess, if I can look in as well, that she's also been stabbed and she's frozen herself so she doesn't die.
Do you, you make me an observation roll, quick observation roll.
I get 4 dice for that. I got no successes.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
You're right.
Perfect. So I'll relay my wild ass theory. So that means that the frostburn thing means that she has something that's cold.
Yeah, like so a piece of metal is frozen, but
Yeah.
it's so cold in the stasis coffins that it's it's dangerous if you don't thaw it properly because of this chunk of metal is now essentially bonded to the skin kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you know what that means, Roia? Do you have one of those?
No, I have a first aid kit. That's the best I can do. But if she has been stabbed like you think, then I would suggest that the frozen metal may be the only thing keeping her from bleeding out. We're going to need better medical care than we have access to in a burned warehouse if we want to thaw her properly and stop her dying. If we want any information from this woman, maybe her wife can help us. If this is who the woman is,
Camille and Zellian have arrived into the
she'll
warehouse
certainly
by
be
now.
grateful.
You find Kishar just shoving the Burbicil coffin off the thing we're carrying it on.
So you arrive back at the Hassan warehouse. This teenage Kuan lad is pretty much like, oh, is this why you want the Hassan place? You got shipments here. Oh, no wonder you. Okay, yeah, no, I can get you there. Oof.
You
upfront.
stay aside for a moment while we're busy dealing with this.
Yeah,
And,
no problem. 100 bear. I'll help you all week, mate.
What's going on?
We will catch you up. I'll let Rowia explain if she wishes, because she found the info.
Everyone murdered in the warehouse. They've been killed to cover tracks. This is a deliberate fire explosion. Someone survived. We think it's the wife of the woman that Kishar was talking to, and she wasn't supposed to survive. So they don't know that she's alive. She's in a stasis coffin, but she's got a metal object possibly bonded with her body that will kill her if we thaw her too quickly. We need to get her to a medical facility.
Did they stab them and then shove them in the coffins?
No, they've stabbed and shot all the people who aren't in coffins. I suspect she's dragged herself to a coffin and put herself in as an act of self-preservation.
Yeah, so could it be, so the guy that, there's one person been stabbed and 3 people been shot, right?
Yes.
So the person that got stabbed, maybe if the building was on fire, maybe they were fighting to like jump in the pod and save themselves.
Maybe they were, but either way,
And,
he's dead and she's not.
And I think that maybe she stabbed him so that she could get in the pod and that's how she survived, maybe?
Could be. Or she stopped him, or she caught him shooting people and tried to fight him off and managed.
Yeah, I mean, he could be the guy that shot the other 3.
Yeah, either way, we need to get her to a medical facility so that we can thaw her carefully.
Hey, kid, hospitals around here. Where's the nearest hospital? Good, not necessarily. If you know any kind of backstreet vets that do a little bit of dabbling anywhere that we can get better care than just on the street, nice and quiet, like.
He thinks about it. He's like, I dated this girl once. Her uncle was a vet. He might be safe.
We need a lab, don't we, for Rowia? More
We
than we need.
just need medical facilities. A qualified medical expert would be more useful to us than.
Although, are you not a qualified medical expert, Rawir? You could do it. Don't
I'm a
sell yourself
biologist,
short.
not a surgeon. This is I can do field medicurgy, but this is surgery that we're looking at needing. This is going to take more than the skills I
Thing
have
is,
at my disposal.
I think if this place is run by the Burbs basically, if they're burning down warehouses and shooting people with getting away with it, then as soon as we try and make it public that we've rescued someone from inside this building, even just carrying it out and being seen in the streets that we're moving this body, we are going to get
in here with one, so we can walk
Yeah.
out with one. It doesn't
Ooh.
have to be the same one.
That's a good point. Yeah, we can dump
literally
the
what I
guy
was
out.
thinking, yeah.
That's a very good point, Rui.
Sort of like look at the coffin that's been pushed off and be like,
Yeah.
I understand what you're thinking now.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
need that one
Well,
anymore.
We need to make sure that wherever we take her, we don't
Just on the
make it
down
public
low.
that she's from here.
Yeah.
So if we can find some like disgraced medical person with a lab in his backyard, I don't know. I think if we take him to like a central hospital, we might.
That's why we're looking for something more like a vet or a backstreet
Yeah, the
doctor.
vet's going to have a sterile area and maybe something to either... I mean, you might be able to make a freeze burn kit, whatever it is.
The freeze burn isn't the problem. The freeze burn is a secondary concern. If your theory is correct and she's been stabbed, the freeze burn is the thing that's keeping her alive, which is why we need to thaw her carefully.
Operations before for the church on people, but I don't know whether or not I can solve this problem.
Okay.
So our teenage Kuan,
Just
who needs a
before,
name.
sorry. The Burbisil guy, am I sabotaging his pod or just leaving him?
It feels gratuitous.
We're gonna
Out of character, I think James is right, and we should absolutely sabotage it so that he can't get out and come back to haunt us later. In character, Rawir would be 200% horrified by the idea that we might just murder a stasis person.
We need to. So we're basically going to leave one pod and drag the other one out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, how about Kishar? You make sure that you stay behind and that the one we're leaving the pod functions properly so that this guy can wake up and be safe.
Set the time a bit longer as well.
Me and Carvis and Rawir will carry the other pod out. And then we know Rawir's happy that the Burbs guy is going to wake up. We're happy we got the other one.
Plausible deniability.
I mean, I don't mind. How long can you set a timer?
I mean, these could you could last. Months,
Make
as
sure,
long as the battery
Kishar,
lasts.
ensure that the battery's fine, that the timer's not broken in any way. There's nothing that could possibly malfunction on this. Like, don't make any mistakes. That would be terrible.
I know what Kishar is going to do, I think.
And I'll help Carvis drag the one with the woman out if we can move it from all the rubble and things like that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of effort.
Make sure Rowea comes with, because I definitely could tell what Zellion was trying to do there.
I was being serious.
I mean, she's not exactly thick, so I imagine Rowea probably knows as well, but she's going to go with you because...
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where nobody says it, and until we say it, it doesn't happen. We can all just move along with our lives.
You guys clearly know far more about what's going on and have far deeper investment in this, and therefore she feels like it wouldn't be her place to speak out against actions.
I mean, he is a really awful slaver guy, so...
there is that, yes.
Kishar is going to keep her words, but in the manner that she chooses. So I'm going to reset the timer for, like, well, if it goes to 60 years, I'm going to change it to 60 years.
Yeah, I mean, it says warning, you'll have to change the battery in like 12 days.
Oh, well, that's a problem for 12 days and not me. And then I'm going to either remove or sabotage the defrosting unit.
Right, okay. Make a technology roll.
You know, I don't really care if I get this wrong either.
Okay.
So I got 2 in technology, and technology is wit, so I had another 4. This is going to be my first triple success, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
Fine. So I sabotage the defroster so that if you know how to fix it, I'm sure you could replace it, and if not, he's going to defrost naturally, which probably won't be very good on ice crystals front.
Sure. Okay. So you set the timer
He
on.
slipped in the bath and his head went right into the bacon slicer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we did tell him it was a silly place to keep it.
Yeah. And then you head out. As you're sort of heading out, these
I'll obviously go via the woman.
oh, so you go and find
Well, she knows what I look like, so
does. Well, you've got a mask
I
on.
will explain to the others, but we should probably approach her so there isn't a scene or anything like that. Because she's gone in expecting me and Rowea to come out with news
This
about
is
her
her
wife.
wife.
Well,
Right.
plus if
Yeah.
she comes with us, then
She also knows where the office is, and maybe she'll have like a key card to get in and stuff.
I know where the office is.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
well, okay then.
I've managed.
I know something about somewhere, but it's a rotten castle sinking underwater.
I will explain the fact that what I did, all the stuff that happened. So
I mean, she's probably a bit more reliable than our guide to some degree. I mean, maybe he's cool for the scum and villainy side of the place, but she's at least going to be more trustworthy, maybe. As if this is her wife, we're gonna.
I mean, it doesn't mean we have three sources of information on where
Yeah,
this place
that's
is.
true. Actually, yeah, you
Like
can
me,
sort
the
of,
guide, and her.
triangulate
So-
them. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
If we go into the wrong place, we should know that we're going to the wrong place. So that's
As we go past her, I just gesture to her to like fall in with us.
She looks confused and very like nervously sort of makes a couple of jogging steps and is like, "What did you find?"
I don't think here's the time, Walder. Just walk with us a little bit, and we'll explain while we're walking.
Okay. And
You can see inside the coffin, right?
I mean, it's
I imagine it's a bit frosty,
it's a
but
bit frosty. It obscured what you were seeing before, so it's not like clear. You could
Yeah.
probably like warm up the glass a bit and see through better, sort of thing. But it wouldn't be.
I will explain that there was no survivors in the office, but there were no female bodies either. So we believe that she saved herself by cleverly getting in this. But we need to go somewhere and unfreeze. But the machine says there's a problem, so we're following this guy.
And she looks at the teenage boy who's like, "Yeah, brah, this way." Nah. Kind of thing. She's like, "He knows where Stasis coffin doctors are?"
Yeah, it's we hired the best guide in all of. I'll just sort of make a here gesture.
All of within the radius of this 10-foot space.
Exactly. Yeah. I know it doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna brazen it out.
She stops and she just begins crying.
That's Carvis's job.
yeah. I will put an arm around her, but
Kushar just looks at her and just steps backwards and walks away. Like, nope.
Yeah, she just stops and begins crying. She's like, "What's going on?
I'd be like,
I don't
but this is
understand."
good news. What's wrong? She's not
You-
dead in a warehouse.
You
She's in
hired
this.
a boy who's gonna. He doesn't know. And why is she in a coffin? Why was she being taken as a slave or something? What's going on? Was she leaving?
These are questions we will find out shortly. You have two medical experts. You also have experts on technology here with you, and we have a guide who's going to be taking us to somewhere that we can ensure that we get the best procedures possible for your wife. What you have to do,
By the way, you say that while we're taking her to the vet.
yeah, what you have to do is trust us, and we are the best chance for the survival of your wife, and we will do our best to do so.
Would you like to make a command or a manipulation roll? What are you
is
doing
she-
here?
I mean, is she broken mentally with stress, or is she?
I think she probably is, actually. It's been a very
Um,
stressful 12 hours for her. Of course, it's not been like your last week, which
No.
has been terrible in all sort of, except for the meal in Alchemars. That was nice.
I can either do a Medicurgy to heal her stress, or I can do manipulation to talk her out of it. Whichever's better.
I think it's more of a manipulation roll. I think it's more of a manipulation.
Manipulation.
Your 93 dice.
Yeah, well, I get -1 because of the teeth, but I'm a medical expert who says with a beautiful grin. Oh, that's much better than the million ones I got last time. 2 6s.
Okay. She maybe there's the tone of the preacher coming back, the counselling, the measured explanations of just the right words to give the right amount of hope, but not too much. Maybe Carvus has done some end of life ministry or something like that kind of conversations. But she starts moving again. And after a couple of sniffles kind of thing, she's like, okay, yeah, I understand. And we make our way following, what are we going to call this young Kuan lad? I was trying to look for a name, but there's no
Aziz.
Aziz. All right.
Aziz! More light!
Yeah, I got it. I used to work with an Aziz.
I had the job of head boy at my school, stolen from me by an Aziz.
The cheek.
I know.
So yeah, Aziz leads us through Little Algol. He seems to know loads of folks. There are secret handshakes and shit going on as he wanders through, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm a guide, man. I'm guiding these. Look at them, because as much as you look like you've just been dragged through the jungle, had a fight, and came down
blood and vomit and mud and.
You still got pretty fancy shit, and unless Carver's Zelian is hiding, he's got robot arms and all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah, I've been torn to shreds and stuff. So my nice cloak will just be ripped up and just I'm basically T1 from Terminator right now.
And then Kashar in a veil and stuff. It's I'm a guide, man. I'm a guide. Look. These are nobody's gonna pull a fast one on these guys, kind of thing. And Ruia probably looks quite well dressed by comparison. And then of course there's Akida who is dirty and sweaty and Rambo walking through the streets of Algol with his bow. Oh, touch my bow. Already lost a truck. Stop it, kind of thing. He leads you through. There's a place. He does ask you, Zelian, if you've ever done any backstreet fighting. Listen. There's I know a gambling place. It's called Shamood's. They do a fight club. If you're, I've got some burn now. I'm quite happy to sort of put some down. After a couple of rounds, maybe you could stay down. We'll split it. Yeah, we'll split it. Kind of thing.
Sounds good. Definitely, but later. I'll be back on Algol as soon as all this business is done with. This is where I live, so I'll be here. Yeah, I'll get in the fight. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
You and me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can be my promoter. Start putting the word out there. Zelian, Coriolis Crusher, is going to return to Little Algol.
He points up to the ever-present Coriolis above. So it's in that stationary orbit above the monolith. And eventually...
just lean an arm on Zelian's and rigging the game is not particularly in the gambler's motive, Zelian.
Yes, it is.
Rolling the dice and taking the risk when you know the outcome.
It's clearly a terrible fight club. He doesn't even know the first rule.
What more a risk is there than cheating and risking being caught? That's a risk.
I think you're taking a different risk there.
Every risk's a risk. The gambler gambles, and so do I.
Oh, shit.
And we eventually find this backstreet veterinary surgeon.
At the start of this campaign, did you ever think we'd be at a backstreet veterinary surgeon?
No, no.
A backstreet vet defrosting someone's frozen wife.
Do you know, after that first D66 crit, I just was like, yeah, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
It all began with the fridge. I didn't
Earlier,
It was only a
It all
fridge.
began in the sewers on Coriolis.
earlier today,
Oh,
Millie
wow.
said, "Right, I've got tonight planned. I think I know what's going to happen." I was like, "Are you sure now?" Nothing to do with me being deliberate, but are you sure? And I'm pretty sure that this isn't one of the plans.
No, the stream where I did the planning for this is.
It's plot adjacent.
Right, if you watched, we're still ticking our way through. It's fine.
That's all right then.
If this isn't the lady's wife, then I'm not. I will explain it.
All right. So we find this veterinary surgeon. Aziz heads in. He's like, wait. Let me go and chat. There is a big bunch of shouting, and like some bedpans or some, like stuff are thrown. You can hear clattering in the
It's his ex-girlfriend. She probably hates him.
yeah, clattering in the waiting area. A lady leaves with a carrier that's probably got some sort of cat in it, looking over her shoulder, tutting. Like old lady walks out, kind of thing.
Just gesture to the side. It's a really big cat.
Yeah, and eventually, he comes out. He says, "Look, I think we're cool. Yeah, no, we're cool. We should look. Just when she asks, like, I don't know, like, and he looks at Zellion again. He's like, you're my uncle, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Zellian's everybody's
I
uncle.
know.
Good old Uncle Zellion.
Uncle Zellion, just because he likes the. He's like, all right.
Did you start by apologizing?
Nah, you don't apologize to your ex.
Yes, you do. You apologize first. Everything goes much smoother after that. Silly boy.
And well, I probably shouldn't. Anyway, he's like, come on. This older gentleman comes out and he looks and he says, I'm not sure I've got the full story here, but I'm reaching a point where I'm going to just make a very large medical bill. And
I look at him
not
and say,
ask any more
you don't
questions."
need to know the story. You just need to do your thing.
Or help them do their thing.
Yeah. He nods and he gestures you to come in.
Yeah.
We bring
Push
it.
past the space cows.
Yeah. There is a small waiting room that is now empty. You see like a teenage girl stood in the receptionist area, hands on hips, just like I'm gonna
The
kill
temptation to derail the campaign further by spending the next 2 sessions fixing their relationship and working out their issues.
you. She just stood there, just like
Focus, Zellion. Focus.
So, tell me, what did he do?
and the old gent, the doctor, the vet, gestures you into. It's quite cramped, but there is space. There's an operating table. There's a big cage next to it where you can put a naughty animal in it, that kind of stuff. He's like, "What's
That's
happening?"
where Zellian's going.
Yeah.
No, it's where Aziz is going.
We have a patient who needs to be medically treated and defrosted at the same time. Now, you know your...
Sir, please help us. My friend and I, we're both capable medics in an emergency, but this woman is beyond our skill. We need the services of an expert. This woman is possibly a hero and the witness to a crime. We beg you, we implore you, please help us bring her back from the brink of death to save her life.
Wow. Actual empathy rather than just demanding.
I will help by referring to him as a vet spurt.
That's
I love low empathy characters. It's fabulous.
I will be distracted talking to the girl about her relationship problems and whether she's seen the latest series of Stars of the Bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were talking reality TV in the waiting room.
Oh,
Alright,
also... How skilled are you in people medical operations?
I have done some minor surgeries on, and there's a moment where he sort of, his eyes kind of flick out to wherever Aziz is, and some folk, nothing, and he gestures at the stasis coffin. I could perhaps assist if you know more of the human anatomy. I'm afraid I've studied smaller creatures.
Right. Here's my idea for dealing with this. I would like, so you know your shop and you know where all your tools are and everything very well and very quickly. Rawia, you are by far more educated on how this would happen to the anatomy of somebody, and I have probably got more experience in actual physical surgery. Kashar, you know how to deal with the actual defrosting unit of this device.
Kashar, I
If
did
we
actually
can
take
work-
one in Medicagy, so
Yeah.
I can do a mean
and then you have-
bandage.
You have some, have knowledge of the human body to some degree. If
I'm
we
also
can
here.
all, yeah, William, make sure nobody gets in our way.
Cage. Get in the cage.
If we all work in tandem together, and you can tell me what is needed. If I can't see it, you can, and so I'll look to the guy. You can grab what I need immediately, and Kashav, you can defrost this at the same time as we attempt surgery. I will do my best to heal this lady, and I will get out my medical supplies, and I'll get out my blessed doses, my M doses, and all my other surgery equipment I've got in my preacher's bag.
I do give you my med kit.
Oh,
I've got
because-
one
I'll take
as well.
I'll take
So
all
we
the med
think she
kits.
might be the witness to a crime, and people who perpetrated it may be after her still. We're trying to save her life. May I use your sink to scrub in?
He makes a face in like a, yeah, because I do that often. And he just gestures to like some sinks. There's probably like cat fur or
Brown
something.
water.
Kind of thing. And he just like,
Like,
yeah.
The technique of batting him backwards and forwards between Carvus making complete logical sense and me doing like emergency in his face should derail him enough that he just starts doing it so that he
Yeah.
feels comfortable and in his own zone.
Yeah. So yeah, he gestures to the sink. He gestures to like gloves and aprons and that kind of stuff. He goes over and closes the door just as she's like, "But she was my best friend, right? How could you do that? Not just her, but both of them."
So
And he,
while all this important medical stuff's happening,
Mhm.
I'm going to go over to Aziz and the girl that's clearly angry, and I would like to make a manipulation roll
oh God.
to try and speak to them about how young love can be wayward, but they can find their way through the mist together. And he's rich now because I gave him 100 bursts. That's good. He can treat her.
Okay.
And I'm not going to roll. I'm just going to gambler's talent a critical success in Uncle Zelian sitting down with the kids going, "You know what? When I was a lad, I did stupid things as well, but
You've gotta be Uncle
sometimes
Z by now. There's a bit of familiarity
you've got to
now.
sometimes you've got to just own up to your mistakes, lad, and put things right. Her father's helping her. She's clearly a good girl."
The terrifying combat cyborg is repairing
Yeah.
their relationship.
Yeah. And then with the 100 burr, I'm going to say, right, go off and enjoy a date. Like, take her out. Because, why not?
The mechanical implications of Zelian fixing this relationship is Karma is going to swing the other way and do something bad. That's what you've just done. That's what you've just done, James.
Yep.
You've made
These people are happy, but someone's going to set on fire, You give with one hand, you take with the other.
Okay, yeah. So as the door closes, you see Zelian, totally going like it's like in series 2 of Stars of Dabara, right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
That we're about.
I can't do anything else.
And we all know what's going to happen when the surgery is over. But let's see what happens with the surgery. Kashar, are you talking to Wala Has anybody, or is she just sat in the waiting room, just like?
Oh, she should definitely be in the waiting room.
No,
Yeah,
I'll
she
keep her company then after all that.
Okay,
Yeah.
with that, and maybe she's like, yeah, I watched season 1. I'm relevant.
Yeah.
You're trying to give a spoiler-free discussion on season 2.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So is Martin
My
making
character
the
in
roll?
Louis' game had a cameo in
I-
season 2.
I feel thematically I should make the roll. I know that probably Rowie has got more dice than me overall, but I think
Yeah, we can make
if
it.
you're-
We can make a mechanical. Who is this? Where it's like Kashar? Who's got the most dice?
so. I assume she's in critical condition.
Yeah, she will be.
Yeah. So
I've
I've
got
got-
6 dice because it's not field medicurgy. If it was field medicurgy, I'd have 8 dice.
No, it's
I've got
definitely-
5.
I think it is field medicurgy, I believe, or it's at least it's the talent should come up.
Would it, Millie?
It's +2 to treat someone who's about to die from a critical injury.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's not. That's not
I
relevant.
thought field medicurgy was literally, it wouldn't apply in surgeries. It kind of suggests that it's in the field doing emergency triage surgery.
All right.
Well, I mean, kind of are.
So do me the medicurgy roll, but roll those 2 dice separate.
So are we allowed to assist in
Yeah,
this?
that's
Because
what we're just working out who's going to be.
yeah, because
Uh,
I do genuinely have one in medicurgy.
So yeah,
Whoever rolls will get +2 from the assists from the other 2,
and that. So
Yeah.
you get +3. You have 3 dice.
and then
So,
And then
Right.
2 dice.
Martin, what's Carvus's medicurgy roll without field medicurgy?
What with a medkit or without a medkit?
With.
With just
Oh, I
base.
forgot about medkit. That'd be another 2.
Yeah, so it sounds like you. So mine would be so it's two base +2 for medicurgy, +2 for medkit, +1 for blessed dose. So I'm on 7 without field medicurgy,
Oh,
And then
okay.
3
No, I am
for
better
the
at it
assist.
then.
and then we total the extra 3 for 10.
10 dice.
Because I'm 5 base, 1 medicurgy, 2 from field medicurgy, 3 from the bonus, and 2 from the kit,
And then another one from blessed.
and then another one from blessed. How many? I've actually lost count now.
And then I will
hang on.
bless that roll.
Ouch.
5 basic, 1 from your skill rank in it, 2 from the med kit, 2 from the
2 from field medicurgy.
rolled separately,
Yeah.
2 from the assists, 1 from
3
the
from the
bless,
assists.
3 from the assist, sorry, and 1 from the bless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3,
No,
4,
3
5, 6,
from
7.
bless. 1 from bless and 3 from being blessed by my ability.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dice in one pile plus 2 separate. If
Okay.
I've done maths right.
Yes.
You can like do a full body makeover while you're saving a life at this point. She'll have like 3 hearts and 7 lungs.
We're going to transplant her brain into that of a
We're gonna
cow
take
and
her
save her.
off.
So this is so Rui is rolling.
Yes.
14.
It's like it's the group roll
So, yeah.
basically.
14 d6 and then 2 d6 to one side, which represent the.
I've only
Field
rolled
medicurgy.
12, so I need to roll another 2. There we go. So I've got 2 successes on those 14,
Oh, wow.
which is a bit naff, and then 1 more success if field medicurgy counts.
All right. So as you're going through the car, Kashar is there, making sure it's defrosting at a rate you can handle. Vet is handing you bits and pieces. Carvus is assisting in terms of like, no, then it this way. Okay, be ready for this. This is going to happen, kind of thing, and that kind of stuff. As you begin the thaw, begin bringing her back out of the cryostasis. It's not as bad as you fear. You thought she was going to be wounded or injured. What the stasis pod is warning you is she's actually physically holding on to a metal knife.
She did stab the guy.
Yeah.
I will call Zellian over to hold this hand down.
Yeah.
That's
All
not a
right.
problem. As she defrosts, she's going to be very weak. We can just take that knife out
Yeah.
of there. And then we'll have to bandage the hand up anyway, so she won't be using it for anything useful.
Yeah, and it's mostly like making sure the knife is not gonna rip parts of her skin and her muscle, that everything it's attached to properly, because the body is gonna thaw slightly quicker than that kind of stuff. And it's much easier than you initially thought. And she does eventually begin to come round. It takes maybe an hour, and by the end of it, Aziz and his rekindled love for the veterinary nurse
They can afford live tickets to the next Stars of Debarra, surely.
yeah. They're off to go and have lunch at a local Algol buffet.
Best baklava in town.
Yeah. She's gonna give him a chance, but he needs to make sure he deletes certain numbers from his phone and that kind of stuff, and those kind of things. And they leave, and she was she's the girl the woman in the stasis pod. She revives. She comes round, and she immediately looks panicked, like, "What's the?"
Calm. You're safe.
It was on fire. It was all on fire.
We've taken you out of there. You are in a safe place. You need to rest. You've been injured, and we've just performed delicate surgery on you. You need to breathe slowly, and we were in a safe place. You're out of the fire. You're in the stasis.
And she's like, is a hospital? Are we in?
No, but your wife is here.
You're in a clinic of sorts, and
Hospital.
yeah, you can see you're in the stasis pod you got into. We've safely gotten you out.
I will go back and get Waller and bring her in.
Do we want to? We don't know if she's the perpetrator though at this point, do we?
I'm pretty sure she stabbed the guy.
She has a knife in her hand, doesn't she?
Oh yeah.
Or
But,
had
I
a
mean,
knife in her hand.
I
Now she's
would
got a big
rather
bandaged
have found out. Like, did she attack them because they were going to kill her and burn the place down? Did she kill them and burn the place down herself?
We'll
I
find
think
out.
if she was burning the place down, she wouldn't have jumped into the pod to be burned in the building, would she?
Well, that's
She
what
was
I
a
think
night
so.
shift security person. I reckon that their guy came in to clean house, and she was the one that got away. But feel free to ask her. Trust me, I'm an anthropologist.
She's a
So
stevedore,
Waller-
isn't she?
Does Waller recognize her wife? That's the question. That's what
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Yeah,
this
there's
lady.
there's a like, oh my gosh, I was so worried about you. Where did you go? I called, but I heard there was a fire, but nobody found, that kind of stuff, that sort of thing. And you didn't come home after your shift, so and so, blah blah blah. And Tubra looks around and says, we were there was gunshots in the main room when they were giving out morning shifts. Everybody.
We are very aware of the details of that warehouse, so it's best to speak honestly and truthfully and fully about what happened.
And she looks at Waller
Told you.
and says, "Look, I just had to climb in the stasis pods. I've seen them take the slaves out of them. I had to climb in. It was the only place I could survive. There was no way out the fire."
Climbing into the stasis pod was a sensible move to survive. Did you?
What can you tell us about the person you fought?
Can I take Waller out of the room because she doesn't want to talk in front of her wife?
She says, so Tuber is like, I didn't fight with anyone. The pod was empty. They were all in the warehouse.
Right.
We didn't even look at a knife has blood on it either.
No.
Oh, it does.
If you could give us a moment, please, Waller. I see you're like getting ready to move her out of the room. From what you said, we need to ensure that she's completely fine. There's no internal bleeding. She's definitely your wife. We have to just do a few more procedures, and then we'll have her sat up, and you can actually talk to her properly. But
And
you can see she's
and
fine.
Walla leaves with Kishar. Tubra is like, I didn't fight anyone.
You have a knife, and
It's just my box knife for loading. I always have it.
yes, and it had a lot of blood on it. And we found a man who had a stab wound.
And she looks around at the folks in the room, and she's like, listen, like, Imran's a big guy. He had the same idea as me. The other one didn't work. It was broken. I didn't want to die. And if I went into the warehouse,
So
the gun.
He did not do any of the shooting.
Imran, no, he just worked with me.
I see. I understand. Do you know who did do the shooting, though? Do you remember who shot?
The sheriff.
Shut the show. It wasn't Tubra. She looks. So she sits there and she's like, there was didn't see it all. They had a gun. Rich stuff like big shadows, looked like they were the guard or something. They had, the big armor, the big carapace.
Was it
stuff?
a female or male? Do you remember?
No, big cloak, red, a bit of white detail.
Does it sound like she's describing the lady that we pushed out, that got rocketed out of? Yeah.
She's
Ask if
describing
there's an imprint of a jetpack on
Order
the
of
front.
the Sprier style
Carvis,
colours.
show her the symbol.
Oh, yeah. We'll take out the parchment with the symbol and show her the.
She's like, yeah, that was on the back of the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was them.
It was our lovely friend from space.
That's why I think that's why they were hanging around outside to see if anyone goes in or.
You need
Yes.
to take your wife and get out of town for a couple of weeks.
I
Make
think
yourself scarce. Go into the jungle. Go off-world. Go wherever you can. You don't want to be here for a few weeks. They're going to be looking for you.
What did I do?
You were there.
You told them.
That's
you
all.
told the police. You told the
No,
guards.
of course we didn't.
I didn't
We told them nothing. The man who did the killings in the warehouse has powerful friends, and we want to stop them. But they're going to want to stop you from telling us what you've already told us.
I guess we could go and see my mum. And she looks like she'd probably rather face the guard.
If it means getting out of town for a short while, you do that.
Rui is right. You need to keep your safety intact. They did what they did to silence as many people as they could, and if once they catch wind of your survival, they will inevitably attempt to harm you. Hopefully, but if you do scarper and hide, by the time we've dealt with the problem, it won't be a problem anymore for you, and you can go back to your normal life. But you do
Before
need to.
you go, though, where were they sending the slaves from the Black Crosses?
Oh, the woman from the Kassar place comes down and checks that they're working properly, and then we load them onto some of the barges, parts of the convoys that head out into the marsh.
Well,
Ties
Have
in
you
with-
seen where they're being sent? Is there a bill of lading or anything that you've caught a glimpse of? A location, a description? A marsh?
The
She's
Sutra
sunken
marshes.
palace, isn't it?
Are there any buildings out there?
There's loads of stuff. They built it on real shitty ground when they settled. It all's sinking into the marsh.
it's all underground.
That's where we need to be.
But yeah, the woman from the Kassar place with the green hood, she checks over all the the vitals, checks over everything, and then
Seems like they're sent to this warehouse for processing.
Mm-hmm.
The black ones are then distributed throughout the city, the slaves, and then the mystics are sent to these marshes for whatever reason. So that's where we need to go.
Remember, the black crosses are the
Mhm.
ones we're after. The white crosses are the slaves.
So the
Do you
black
guys
crosses-
maybe just Martin and James, because it's on the early part of the story, but Kasai was the name of the guy who saw the emissary and took the gift, I think. Yeah.
I mean, most folks know the name Kassar.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to talk to them because he was the first diplomat of Yada Blada.
The Kassar, the guy who piloted the Zenith, the
Mhm.
captain
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the Zenith, is a Kassar.
Yeah, it was the diplomat that took her the present and shut off her security. That guy, we never found out where he went. Or
The Kassars aren't widely regarded as nice people.
well, if it's the same guy,
They are a
Yeah.
big family.
Then we do owe him.
then we know he's definitely involved.
Yeah. Something for the judge
Well-
if we ever get back up there.
So we need to find out where these marshes are.
We do. We need to get. And I think the location is going to be at this administration headquarters,
Yeah.
because if there's anyone that's going to have any form of map data information at all, it's going to be that place.
Unless she can tell us
Do
the
you know-
destination. If you've been loading them onto the barges, you must know where they're going.
I'm just a stevedore, ma'am. I just load the stuff up. Niobe at the office might have more information.
AOB. Okay.
Yeah, looks
Um,
like that is. Well, I mean, this. You know where the office is, right? Though you could definitely point us to the office.
Yeah, she gestures with a
Yeah.
freshly bandaged hand, puts her hand down,
Yeah.
gives you more directions.
And is there like an actual map of this place anywhere? Like a physical map of the actual what's the place called again?
Little
Where we
Algol.
are?
Town.
Yeah.
Monolith
uh,
conglomerate?
yeah, the conglomerate, yeah. Is there actually like a map of the conglomerate?
There is actually. There is one in.
Probably hundreds of them.
Yeah. Right. I don't have one ready for tonight, but yeah, there's. Here we go.
Oh, I
Is
mean,
that
sorry, I
whole
meant
thing the conglomerate?
in character. Is there a map of the place? Like, is there like a?
Yeah, Kashar's probably got like 4 different versions depending on whether
Yeah.
she wants illegal street racing or.
Yeah. Can you bring up a map, Kashar? And then
Yeah, I signed
Well-
myself up to deliver pizza, so I got a map from that.
First
uh,
things
figured I
first,
might
if
want
we're
some
going to
food.
an office, we probably need to get cleaned up because, well, I've been out in the forest for 3 weeks on a field study,
we can get you some clothing.
but you fell down a hill and
Yeah.
are covered in mud.
I've killed more people than had showers recently, so yeah.
Thank you for
Right.
sharing.
Shall we get you some clothing that isn't from the planet, from the jungle, and shall we get cleaned up, and then we can head towards this headquarters?
I think we'll get further into an office if we look serious rather than going in looking like jungle renegades, which is what we look like at the minute, albeit in your case, very heavily armed jungle renegades.
I would normally agree, but we know that our nemesis was going there and that she's seen us. So normally I'd be like, yeah, we can finesse our way in. I kind of expect armed resistance there because of I don't know the actual woman pariah's name, but Captain Jetpacker.
But
Jetpack works.
in that
I-
case, though, Ruby is right even more so in that she's seen Zellian.
Oh, okay. So if we're wearing,
me
she's
and
expecting
Carver's.
us, but a disguise. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. We can
So if
go
we
with
do
that.
wear fancier clothes and look a bit different, she might be expecting what we look like, the golden robes and the kind of big cloak that I normally wear, and it gives us a slight edge if they're just scanning the crowd walking towards it. If we
Yeah.
don't look as obvious.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that we spend 2 days shopping
No,
and
I-
bathing and indulging in
I'm
barbecue.
sure I
and
can find a
buffet.
poncho that'll go for
Are
me.
you sure? I mean, I can get behind that plan.
But a visit to the public baths and some clean clothes is probably
Yeah, let's
more
check
than
an hour.
sufficient.
And
Yeah.
I would
Hubris
like.
says, I know a good hammam if you're looking for a bath, some food, and some laundry.
yes, guide, take us.
She's like, no.
Oh, just pay a bill as well, actually.
She gestures towards Kashar's map and she points to a place.
Can I confirm that as the place I saw on the
Oh no,
the
she's
pinch of
pointing.
the day,
She's pointing
To
to
a
the
bathhouse.
bathhouse. She
Oh.
points to the hammam.
Could I confirm when she did the directions to the office that it was the same as the ones I saw?
Yeah, it's the one,
Yeah.
same ones that you saw. The one and the same one that Aziz was like, yeah, bro, this one. Yeah.
Okay, we've triple confirmed that this is the right place.
And I have very definitely seen an image of a sunken palace as the place where the emissary is,
Which is the next step.
which is our next
We
stop
need to
after
find out where that is, and it definitely corroborates with the fact that things stink.
that. I've not had a vision like this before. Do you think it's because of the proximity of the emissary?
Well, I think that due to your willingness to quest to help the emissary, that the icons have seen fit to bless you.
I would. Yeah, you're really uncomfortable. Yeah, like, but I'm not religious. I'm a science lady. Oh no, wait. Now I'm magic as well. Cognitive dissonance. Here we go. Does Waller have any kind of security or entry fob or anything else like that to get into the office?
No, they don't. They barely go to the office because they're like the warehouse staff.
Oh, I thought Waller was the clerical thing.
No, she has a clerical job somewhere else.
Oh, right,
She doesn't
okay.
work for Sam.
Fair enough,
She doesn't
then.
work for the same place as Tubra. She does say, look, I messaged Niobe, in the middle of when Tubra didn't come home. She hasn't replied yet though.
Who's Niobe?
The clerk who works for Hassan.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's going to be best now if you don't make any more contact with anyone that you used to know who worked in that place or adjacent to that place. And it's in all of our best interests for you to use your discretion not to mention anything. If the less that they know about where you are, and the less they know you're involved in this, the better for you.
Pack a bag, get out of town.
Okay. And they thank you. Kinda, yeah.
but you totally saved your life.
No, they did, but also now they've got.
Thanks for saving my life and ruining it at the same time.
Is the
It's only reeling for a couple of weeks. Stop being a baby.
and they leave. The vet is like, should I start charging you for
How
a
much?
day rate?
How much? Do you have a data pad, and how much?
He goes. He goes 1,000 burr.
Did I buy this? Is this all mine now? I don't like that. Throw it out.
It starts with 1,000 burr.
Can I make some sort of roll to work out whether that is ludicrous? Because I don't know the prices of.
Yes, it's ludicrously expensive. Even I know that.
That's ridiculously low
I
for
don't
what
know.
we've just pulled off.
Some American healthcare prices, maybe.
Oh yeah, we probably owe him like 7 generations worth of
You can make
finance.
a manipulation roll. Yeah, it'd be a manipulation roll.
Sure, we can do that.
That's his opening offer. You could probably get him down to like
Five.
600 without too much difficulty.
One success.
All right, so
A bunch of
yeah, this is one of those opening offers. He has just went real big. Like he's looked
Yeah.
at the robot man and the clock of gold and
It's already paid for a long time ago. I don't have any of it now. That money now.
that kind of stuff. And it's just went. You're talking about emissaries and big things.
Oh yeah, we've just talked about all this while he's just sat in the room. Like,
Right.
I'm also here. Like, oh shit.
You're clearly charging an extortionate amount right now. No,
I said we give it to him.
Yep.
Let's just do it.
you keep your damn mouth shut, and I'll give you 1,000 burr.
He says, nothing but cats and Ekabiri have been in this morning.
I'll take out my data pad and clean all the mud off this and
Transactor.
transfer 1,000 burr to him.
You get like a receipt
He's-
that's like life care plan for a Scavara
Like-
or something.
I'm going to take my med kit back. If we're paying 1,000 burr,
Shard the Petty.
you know, if you'd have said
mean-
maybe even like 500 burr, I would have paid it. But as soon as he said 1,000, I was a bit like,
Oh no, I assume
Yeah.
we've all taken our own personal med kits, but I need to take a thing.
I
or
mean,
two
I
off
don't
and
know if we
those
can
off.
because
Yeah.
presumably we use them to get the dice
Yeah.
rolls.
I'm happy using mine. I don't use mine anyway.
So what I'll
Um,
probably do is just
Hey,
raise
for
this
1,000
stuff.
burr, we can restock all the bits that we're
Yeah,
missing from
that's
our
what I'm
various
saying,
med
yeah.
packs.
Yeah, I'm raiding his drugs cabinet. Like,
Yeah.
got any opiates? What you got?
Do you need any maintenance or medical care on your leg,
Yes.
Zelian?
Yes, I do. I need to fix
Do
it.
you have
Oh, yeah.
3,000 burr?
Yeah. All right.
You got anything for teeth?
Oh, cat teeth.
Yeah.
Little
Don't
cat
want
teeth.
cat teeth.
Nosferatu.
You got that dentist pink mold I can use to try and get
Cow
my
teeth.
He looks. Yeah. He. There must be a hint of like, shit. They paid it. In him.
Yeah, for 1,000 berry, you can fix me in Carvis too.
So he says, stand still. I think I've got some, liquid skin for your front teeth and your lip and that kind of stuff. And
What kind of doctor makes teeth like made of skin?
no,
No, it's not. That's Kishar. It's just like
Skin teeth.
that's just wrong.
Skin teeth.
All my
the fu-
nightmares.
It's the future, man.
Kishar's medical knowledge.
and then also he's probably got,
A welder.
no, not a welder, but at least knowledge in like, look, there's this one capybara I keep having to like put on. It didn't have back legs. We made it back, that kind of stuff. I've done a bit.
Oh, he's
of,
gonna put me on a skateboard with wheels. Like
yeah, I've
dogs.
done a bit of prosthetic work.
Pull my teeth out with anaesthetic and just like shove fake teeth in the way.
Yeah. So it's by no means like the proper care it should get, Zelian.
Carvis has got proper big rabbit teeth now. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Zelian is now part cyborg, part capybara.
Or,
I'm gonna
Don't worry
spend
about
a darkness point to remember that perhaps in the future I can just make Zelian's leg do a bunny hop or something.
Just in the middle of a serious conversation, just jump to one side, like what?
Spend
Boing.
another one, and the Skivari are strangely drawn to him.
Luscavara.
Have I seen you on YouTube?
Spend one to give Carvis like hilariously large front teeth now. Just like,
Like a BG.
yeah.
Future BGs. So there's a bit of maintenance. He's very shocked that he's just been paid 1,000 burr for a morning. When all he had on his docket was one smelly cat. Thanks.
And now
you.
he can retire for life.
Now he can retire for at least the rest of the month.
I think the real question there is that what is that old lady feeding that cat? It's not the cat's fault.
No, it's not. And we follow our Kua maps directions to the Hammam Tamina. It looks beautiful. If slightly old and worn, like remember we were saying this was like diplomat city kind of style of thing, and this looks like it should be in that kind of neighborhood. Carvis, you look at it in a yes. Yeah, I could dig this.
I buy things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
It's
I
constructed. Yeah, there's an atrium with a mosaic of starlight in the middle, depicting the constellations and the night above the night sky above. Carvis, you've been to Mira, right? It's where you're from. It's your home.
Yep.
Um,
It's my home.
The star patterns here are the constellations above Icon City in this thing. It's really pretty.
How much
And
is
then
it? Ornate.
there is a deckhand statue in the middle, and the statue is a small child with a rag in its hand, leaning over as though he's polishing the water. So if the water was like a sheet of metal or glass, it looks like the child, and the deckhand in the form of a child is polishing the water, and it's beautiful. The owner, Tamina, greets you in person, welcomes you to the first time. She recognized, I've never seen you before, friends. Welcome. And she takes one glance at you and is like, baths, lunch, laundry, massage.
Soup, please. And
We
yes.
don't have time for a massage. We're here to save things.
Yeah, we do.
I
Bath,
really want a
lunch, and
massage.
laundry.
You've just taken part in a revolution after immediately flying down from fighting in the cellar. You've got a little bit of radiation sickness probably kicking in.
Yeah, we've still not rolled for radiation
Oh,
sickness.
yeah,
actually.
You're going to need to have the massage because otherwise your laundry won't be dry. It's just a way of taking up the time that you need for the laundry to dry
Yeah.
properly.
Soup
Yeah.
and massage. And I
that
want to
kind of
buy
stuff.
that constellation of stars.
No, you
How much
can't
is
buy
it?
my mosaic.
I want to buy it. Give me it.
And she's
He's
like,
gonna rip the wall off the bath. That's
I mean,
mine.
you
trying
say
to
you
buy
wanted
my
to-
bathhouse. It's been here for years. We'll end the session there.
All right.
We'll get to find out how Akida finds a bathhouse.
100 bar.
Yeah.
300 bar. 400 bar. 800 bar.
Akita spends the whole time everybody else is in the bath, just clinging onto the statue, hissing at people that try to clean him. You have to bring in people with brushes to clean Akita.
Get down off the atrium, sir.
Just hose him down.
Aw.
I'm hallucinating at this point. So tired.
I'm on Mira. Why did I do Mira? Oh my gosh.
It reminds me of home. I want to go back.
Oh wow.
But yeah, we've finally gotten to Kuan in the conglomerate in a bathhouse after reuniting Aziz with his misspent love. That's the true message of this session.
Yeah.
Reuniting a
Follow
teenage
your heart,
boy.
kids.
Oh, we're a live stream, aren't we? That means we can say the true message of this session is love each other.
Oh yeah. the true
Aw.
message of this session is to love each other.
And buy lightweight fridges.
Bolt everything to the wall. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on Twitch.
Thank you.
It's been really fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
What day are we on? Tuesday, which means in a few hours, Garblag North America will be doing their second issue in Spectacular.
Second issue of Spectacular's Streetlight Nights. Follow the merry adventurers of Grendel and Co.
The
I
Covenant.
think Evan's got a new character this week because Nightlight may have carked it.
Is it?
Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
I'm not sure. I'm
Superhero
sure I
deaths
read
already?
somewhere that Nightlight had suffered from an early onset
Of being switched off.
Death?
demise.
Oh no.
Ooh.
The boy wonder.
Spoilers.
No more. True Batman
Yeah.
moment.
I have to watch it.
Tomorrow we've got Once Upon a Time in the Old World. Jim's Spaghetti Western
Fourth edition.
Mints Warhammer 4th edition Spectacular. Thursday is
Aliens.
Colonial Marines.
Aliens. What are we doing? Operation Cold
It's
Catch.
one of the wet ones.
Cold
Cold
Catch.
Catch.
Where we may or may not actually see a live Xeno. Who knows? Tune in on Thursday, 8 p.m. No, 9 p.m. BST.
Die from fear.
And then Friday we've got the finale of June, the exploits of House Dargoosh on Arrakis. Will they get killed in the desert by bad guys?
Probably. No.
Will they kill the bad guys in the desert?
Okay.
Mutual death.
Because everybody still thinks that Millie's character is just an envoy and diplomat, and she hasn't got to unleash the other half of her character.
The Bene Gesserit weirding way. Ka-chow. Kill you with the toe. Yep.
Awesome. Well,
That's Friday. And then Monday, it's Spectaculars, and that's a week of Garblag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! That's it. Awesome. Do come and join us on the Discord and tell
glad
us,
to be part of it.
tell us all about it. And yeah, thanks, folks. I'm going to play something. I'm going to press a button.
Outro.
No, I don't think I've got the outro set up on here.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
don't think I have, but
when you press the button, don't do the one that does darkness points.
I'll go, bye!
Bye, everybody.
Bye.